Okay, now you never do it again.
Okay.
That's your sadhana. When you never do it again, that's your sadhana. It's like if you say, I'm not drinking ever again, I'm done with it, I don't believe it's good for me, I've had bad consequences, I'm done with it, I'm never drinking again. And you never drink again. That's what has to, that's the seriousness. That's the serious. So your investigation asks good questions, you arrive at logical conclusions, but you're not serious about it. So what are you going to give up to continue your seeking for status? You're going to give up your peace of mind, your spirituality, your capacity to realize the self. That's what you're giving up. Okay, when I look at it, yeah, it's useless. Yeah, me pursuing it just causes bad consequences. It doesn't get me peace of mind, doesn't get me happiness, doesn't get me anything that's good. Enlightenment will give me peace of mind. So I don't want this fakery. I don't want this assumption. I don't care that a lot of people believe in it in this world. It doesn't work. I give it up because it's stupid. I don't want it. So then you have to live like that. So when you're around people and they're playing the game of status, or when you see yourself wanting to play a game, that you want peace of mind, you want enlightenment, and you know status is stupid, you can't do it. So something about your investigation says, look, I have all the right answers, and they all make sense, but it doesn't line up to,
Actions.
I don't want it. Which is silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your own logic and your own heart is telling you something, and you're going, well, okay, I can investigate something. I got the right answer. I know this is the right answer. It feels right. But I'm not going to pay any attention to it. I'm going to go out and say the right answer, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stand there, so I can now live in peace of mind, live free of that assumption. What is enlightenment? You're going to be free of the assumption of the separate one, the special me, the status, the sexy guy, the sexy girl, getting fulfilled by pleasure, getting fulfilled by attention. You're giving up all those assumptions because you have seen that they are
Not real.
not real, that they're wrong, and they have bad consequences. So it's easy to give up something that's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do sadhana. But in the face of your own investigation, you have the right answers, but you're not saying what?
I don't want it.
And I will always stand there.
Yeah.
So whenever it tries to come around through other people trying to light that fire, or you starting to light that fire, you have to recognize it and say,
I'm not going to do that. I'm
yeah.
not doing
So
it.
you never get there. So all these years of your investigation has given you thousands of experiences of why this hasn't worked out. But you're still going to get up and
Again.
try again. Start plotting, start thinking, start strategizing, start going over it, start getting mad when it doesn't work out, start getting sad and reactive, start getting depressed, start strategizing again, getting a little happy. Maybe this little thing worked out today. Do it all some more. No peace of mind. No enlightenment, because you're going to go over that endlessly. Instead of just say, it's over today, it's over now. You don't want to make that stand. We don't know what's going to happen the next second, if we're going to be alive or not. But we can accept and love and not assume separation or dominance. Or even inferiority, too. That's just another game, ego game, too. So here we are. So we're having this talk and to help you guys, help you too, but also to show you you're not going to get enlightened from here. You just want to dominate the sacred. So you can use it to glamorize your life and your pleasure. And that's it. That's not it. You have to outgrow all these egoic assumptions, this egoic patterning, by conscious understanding of it. You don't have to create the divine You just have to uncreate your own enlightenment by not agreeing with it. You don't just assert, well, unenlightenment is not real, so okay, I'm free now. You have to see all the patterning that you do to reinforce it, your unenlightenment. So I can tell you unenlightenment's not real, there's only enlightenment, and that can sound good. And you say, okay, I really agree with that, I like that. But then you go and do all your patterning of unenlightenment, the assumption of the separate one, its lovelessness. It's the thing about egos, they never notice how they affect anybody or anything ever. They always assume that they're the good guy, they're the hero. They always assume that. And when people tell them, ouch, they begin to attack the other person. Now, does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what has to be all unlearned. Has to be recognized and unlearned. So you can fake investigate and come up with the right answers based on hearing all this teaching and help and support. But then the next movement is what? The pattern, the assumption of ego again. That's when you have to catch it. You don't sit in your head and try to figure it out and stop it. It's when you're ready to do the next pattern. Don't do it. Don't buy into it. Don't step into it. Don't step into the role of the ego. Don't do it. So if you're not doing ego, you have so much time and energy to live with peace of mind and open heart that's unbelievable. That there's nothing to do in life but live as this. All the other things you thought you had to do, you'll get to it somehow. But you get to it and live it with no mind. How do I create these collages? I don't have one single thought. And then you go, well, how did you come up with that? I don't know. I know how to do it. My body knows how to do it. I know how to make choices while I'm doing it, but I don't go and say, I'm going to make really good art, and this is my idea. I don't do any of that. See, you can do everything, and amazingly, beautifully, or well, with peace of mind, no mind, open heart. Everything gets done that way. All the problems that exist is because no peace of mind and no open heart. All problems are solved by peace of mind, open heart. But you don't have to think how to do it. Because your mind is at peace and your heart is open. The behavior and the actions just follow. Your body just follows into it.
It just lines up.
Just all lines up. Like, how did I end up with this song, right? This all lines up. So that's someone who's living an enlightened life. And someone who's living a life as a spiritual aspirant more and more lives in peace of mind and open heart. And whenever there isn't peace of mind or open heart, then they want to get back to it. And then they see ego was engaged. The ego assumption, the behavior, the binding to some egoic idea happened. And they want to recognize and release it. They're not going to try, they just will. Because, so you two are overlooking that the happiest life, the most fulfilling life is of spiritual aspirant, realizer. Because you don't experience peace of mind and open heart, you think there's no such thing. So you just struggle with your mind and your closed heart that you can't feel much and can't feel all these people that you hurt, because why feel it? Because it's just all these people you hurt. Why feel that? It's awful. But it's not about feeling stuff you don't want to feel. It's not about doing stuff you don't want to do to get someplace better. It's none of that. It's outgrowing this stupid stuff that you're binding to. You have to see it's stupid. What is feeling something? It's being open and vulnerable. It's not getting all mad and sad and angry and reactive. It's having open heart. Two elements of the practice: open heart, peace of mind. You can't have peace of mind without open heart, and you can't have open heart without peace of mind. You have to live, heart and mind have to be. Mind needs to be at rest and heart needs to be open. You have to feel everybody's heart. What's the difference between me? I know everybody When they're upset, they're angry, they're mad, their heart's closed down, they can't feel, they're not loving, they won't give love, they're all reactive. And I address that. You just have to address it in yourself, and you're not addressing it in yourself. You know? And you should get down the road of maturity, get down the road of less ego and more open heart and more peace of mind. That should be the real requirement of each person here, not the struggle to somehow, one day, get there. No. You should be struggling with it every day, and then you find out, hey, I get more peace of mind than I ever used to have. My heart feels more open than I ever did. I'm going on the road of the spiritual aspirant. I'm going to wake up. You have this opportunity.
Yes,
so
this is
don't
a miracle.
misuse me being here. Use the opportunity and wake up. You know, if you wake up, you'll see everything differently. But the world will still be suffering the same and binding the same assumptions. But that can change. The world can grow out of this. But it has to begin somewhere. Begins with Adida, begins with me, can begin with you. But so far, everybody's just doing patterning. There is no separate one. There never will be, never was. It's just patterning. It's just thoughts being bound and being played out. There's no one inside picking or choosing those thoughts. If you actually examine them, who is the one that's picking and choosing? The only thing to pick and choose is real reality. This is sacred. So if you're not choosing them, that the one that is choosing is the heart is being suppressed for ego. Only the heart can choose. And the heart chooses the heart. It never chooses anything else. So it doesn't have to try. It just does and lives. Alrighty.
Awesome.
Okay.